Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. Another week of action and another couple of championships either finishing or crowning their champions. I realised the year is truly heading towards its close, but for now we still have plenty of action. With pure ETCR coming from France alongside the World Touring Cars, WRC came to us from Spain, World Rallycross from Portugal, and a return to action in Japan with Super Formula and Super Lights coming to us from the Motegi ring. So remember to subscribe, we are within touching distance of 500, so hit that button and make sure I get to that target before Halloween. And with that, let's begin.
Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
The biggest surprise of this weekend was Elfyn Evans keeping the WRC title chase going to the final round at Monza. Sebastian Ogier has a big lead and it's going to be tough, but in theory Elfyn Evans could still beat him. Catalunya did not go well for Toyota. Takamoto Katsuta crashed on Friday and that was his rally over. After an impressive start to the year, it has really gone downhill in the second half. Ott Tanak is another who has had an awful year, and another crash here leaves him 12 points behind Kalle Rovanperä in the point standings. Ogier was pushing hard, but a stall kept him behind Danny Sordo, who took his 50th podium position in the World Rally Championship with third. Elfyn Evans may have kept the title fight going with a second place, but he cannot keep up with Thierry Neuville, who took his second and only the third win for Hyundai in 2021. Sebastian Ogier has a 17-point lead, meaning Elfyn Evans needs to win and for Ogier to finish lower than 7th and stay ahead of him in the power stages. He needs a miracle, and more importantly something to happen to Ogier at Monza in November. Last year it was Evans who had the heartbreak. Can he turn it around in 2021? The World Rallycross is behind a paywall now and I was only able to watch the highlights. Only 7 cars turned out for the penultimate round in Portugal. That is a very small after party. Kristoffersson probably won't be talking to anyone at said party. He was hit by just about everyone, including both Hansen brothers. It looked like Timmy was going to come out on top, but as both Hansens fought each other and Kristoffersson, Nicholas Gronholm, who had jokered early, managed to close the gap and get ahead of all of them and take his second win of the year. The title race is still close, even Christian Szabo is in with a chance. Super Formula had been away for a couple of months and now returned once again to the Motegi ring. It was a wet race to start with a drying track, and it was strategy around the conditions that decided the race. It was going to take a lot to stop Tamiki Najiri from winning the Super Formula Championship, but he struggled at the start and dropped back from 3rd to 8th. He didn't struggle as much as Toshiki Oyu, who was 2nd in the championship but ran wide at the start and destroyed his own race. It was then all about the track drying, with Hiroki Otsu leading the experienced Naoki Yamamoto. Sasha Fenestraz, who's making his first appearance in the series for 2021, spun and got stuck on the wet grass, bringing out the safety car. Fenestraz did manage to get going again but did trigger the pit stops. All but 3 cars pitted for slicks. I'd hate to be on the other end of the radio when Yamamoto realised he had made a mistake, but he was left out on wets as the race restarted. Tatiana Calderon was the next to crash. She has still never scored points in this series. In fact, she hasn't finished higher than 12th. Yamamoto's day got worse when he, along with Ryo Hirakawa and Sho Suboi, crashed, bringing out the safety car for a 3rd time. Hiroki Otsu won his first ever Super Formula race, but Tamiki Najiri won the championship with a round at Suzuka to spare. A quick word on Super Lights, which came to an end at Motegi. Tepi Notori dominated the first half of the championship, but Giuliano Alesi took the fight to him in the second half, only losing out by 6 points. He also won a round of Super Formula, so consider his career kick-started. Ren Sato was also impressive towards the end and wasn't that far off either. Tepi Notori may have won the championship, but both Alesi and Sato were impressive and all 3 would do well with a full Super Formula drive. Pure ETCR also came to an end this weekend, and I still don't really like it very much. It's tedious and will hopefully be improved in 2022. It's focused too much on cool words like battle gates and forgot that racing actually has to be watchable. Farfus pushed off Webb in the first round of races, and that was all the excitement to bring up from the first 3 rounds in Po. Final B was for one to watch. Mattias Ekstrom and Philip N collided and both had to pit. Jean-Carl Vernet won the round, but Ekstrom has won yet another championship. Hopefully they can get 12 fully kitted out cars at least for 2022 and go to a normal touring car race format so we can move away from this lunacy, but maybe find a way to keep the Battlegates. Finally, the World Touring Cars, also from Pau in France. Thiago Monteiro is a good driver, a former Formula 1 driver no less, but he has really struggled this year and a crash in race 1 does not help things. Ivan Muller also retired from the race, hurting his championship, but it was the Audi of Frederik Vervisch who took his second win of the year and has brought himself into title contention. Race 2 saw Jan Ehrlichie get his elbows out. He has been following his title rivals in races a lot recently, and whilst managing a good lead in the championship needs to start making moves. There was a lot of contact in this race. Esteban Guerreri hit just about everyone, but sent Vervisch sideways to start some chaos. Arusha and Vervisch got past Mikulits, who also made contact with Ehrlichie. Then Guerreri hit Ehrlichie a few more times. Ehrlichie still managed to get past Mikulits on the line and keep his lead in the championship, but Jean-Carl Vernet won the race and closes to 14 points behind. In the race for the championship with a couple of rounds to go, it's tight and Ehrlichie will need help from his teammates, but with Muller and Arusha in contention it's going to be tough. Frederik Vervisch being 4th in the championship is a surprise, and Esteban Guerreri needs to stop hitting people. 2 rounds left and definitely worth watching. So that was all the action from the past weekend. Another couple of championships wrapped up, a champion crowned, but lots of fun and intrigue still to come from 2021. Next week we have a cornucopia of stuff. Formula 1 from America, the final rounds of the W Series, final round of the British Touring Cars, final round of European Le Mans Series, not the final round of Extreme E, along with NASCAR and Super GT, which I may or may not talk about. So with that, leave your thoughts in the comments below, make sure you subscribe for more, like and share, thank you for watching, and have a good one.